Welcome to another episode of Grade Pending. It's your boy, your host, Paulie the Bull, no relation to Gravano. In today's panel, we got Michelle, we got John, we got Jared, and we are blessed to have the one and only Star Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, he's here. Yay, all right. And we're going to be talking about a movie that he guest appears in, Thor, Love and Thunder. All right. Of course, to talk about it, we got to talk about it. There will be spoilers. If you have not seen it, please go watch it first, then come back and watch us multiple times over and over and over again. Please and thank you. I appreciate you. All right. So as we always do, we're going to do our individual reviews, and then we're going to come back and talk about it as a group. So let's start off with our individual reviews.
But anyways,
And
movie, I'm gonna give it a high dope. I'm gonna go with a high dope. I enjoyed it was very comical, very funny. I feel that for the female Thor, Mighty Thor, I think she definitely lived up to the script. Um Christian Bale was Chef Kiss. His character was fucking amazing. Gore was definitely amazing, and I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. I wouldn't. It's not a. I would go to the theater again to see it, but I would definitely watch it again once it goes on Disney Plus. Definitely, I'll rewatch it once or twice. Um, but yeah, like I said, definitely high dope. Good comedy. I think I probably like it out of all the Thor movies. I think this is probably my favorite one. Um, and that's about it.
So I'm not gonna use awesome. I can tell you that much right now. I won't say it's trash either. So hopefully by the time I'm done with my little review, it'll be out between dope or meh. All those probably gonna be meh. But it was it could have been better. Um, I think and me and Paul talked about this before. It does suffer from a few of the same flaws from um, the last movie, where it's when you have serious moments, it hits you with a joke. Like it's hard to take a movie like that serious. Like when you have emotion, you just kill it off of a joke. Christian Bale was in a totally different movie. Um, it was Christian Bale and Friends, where he acted and everybody else was just there for a party. This might have been what Studio 54 looked like back in the 70s. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna say it's a high meh though. I'll watch it again when it goes on Disney Plus. Um, the end credit scene was cool. I'm not sure if everybody was more applauding because of Roy Kent from Ted Lasso or for the character Hercules. Um, I'm glad Star Lord got to realize he wasn't the leader of his own crew. Thor is the god of destruction. Ask that planet. They had no more temple. Who they gonna pray to? And yeah, I'm gonna say the rest for later on. Meh, high
yeah,
meh.
what was that?
Hola. So, um, I wasn't sure what to expect going into it. I mean, I did enjoy Thor Ragnarok. So, keeping obviously you have Thor and you have the same wonderful director. I was like, all right, well, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. I expected some laughs going into it, so I sat there and as the movie played out, definitely laughed my ass off. I thought it was hilarious. I love um the comedy parts of it worked, and I thought they were funny, but it didn't. I don't know. At least the first 45 minutes, at least it didn't feel like a Marvel movie, but it did. Like I did enjoy. Like I said, I did enjoy the comedy parts, but it felt almost like I was watching like a play. Like it didn't feel like I understand the way they did it. I understand how Core broke it down, telling the story about like this is the story of Thor and all that. Like, but even like later on when like he meets up with Lady Sif and she's like talking about dying, and he's like, oh, but you have to die. Kind of like what Jared said, where like the part that was really serious is still was a joke. It's like, oh, well, you have to die in battle, and she was like, oh, and it's like the part it seemed fake. It seemed like it was a play, like they were acting on purpose, like it was supposed to be a play. Like it, a part of it's kind of, I guess it kind of lost me, but I felt as that part started to end, and as once he got to Asgard, well, New Asgard, sorry, and you get your first meeting with Gore, and they're looking at each other, and from there on, I think the movie did pick up and got better. I did enjoy, the cinematography when they went into like Gore's realm, and you have the Shadow Realm, and you have it all became black and white, and only very certain things had color. I thought that was dope. I liked what they did with it, but I although I enjoyed, like I said, I laughed my ass off. I thought it was funny. The story had, it still had its issues. I'm gonna go probably low dope. I, I think it's a little better than high man, and I am waiting for a second watch, but I'm gonna go with low dope, and I'll go more into that. When we all talk.
Sorry, guys. Star Lord was only here for 5 seconds, just like in the actual movie. So we're back to just regular good old Thor. All right. How do we do this? Okay. So, fun fact: Thor Ragnarok, which was Thor 3, is, in my opinion, top 5 Marvel, top 5 MCU movies. I love that movie. Why? Because I love Taika. I love his sense of humor. I love muscles. I love Chris Hemsworth with short hair. I love Hulk, bottomless. Ragnarok's my shit. I love Ragnarok. That being said, going into this, I was like, all right, Love and Thunder, Metal, same cast, same team behind it. Christian Bale, who I love, everyone knows Christian Bale's a phenomenal actor. Natalie Portman, phenomenal actress. How could this go wrong? I don't know, but it did. This movie sucked. How the fuck do you fuck this up? How do you fuck up this cast? How? Thank God my forehead is worthy. Damn, dude, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. It was funny, but fuck, dude, how do you fuck up Gore the God Butcher? It's my fault. Expectations, like I said. Ragnarok, one of my favorite movies going into this. It was funny. I laughed the whole time, but it was so forgettable. So, like, all right, oh, kids, yeah, let's make the kid. It was a kids movie. It was a kids movie, which is fine because it's a fucking Disney. This is gonna be on Disney. It is what it is. Phase 4 sucks. This movie was really forgettable. I'm only gonna watch it again, to jerk off to the Thor scenes when he's like fucking kicking ass in the beginning. Besides that, that's it. In the half a nude scene. Besides that, that's it, boys and girls. This shit just, I don't know what the fuck happened. I want to give it a dope for the fucking opening where Thor is fucking shit up doing Van Damme kicks and looking like a badass. But it's just not enough. I'm gonna have to go with a high meh.
Um, yeah, from the opening scene when Thor was not opening scene, but when you first see Thor and he hops on Stormbreaker and rides it like a witch's broom, I was like, all right, I'm not gonna enjoy this. I knew right there. I was like, this is gonna be a silly movie. And sure enough, it was a very silly movie, and I don't mind silly movies. Um, but somehow this one just didn't work. Uh, Gore the Infinity Chaser, because he wasn't a god butcher. We didn't see him butcher any gods. We heard that he butchered some. We saw him butcher one, but his quest wasn't to butcher gods. It was just to make a wish and get rid of them. Uh, Christian Bale was in the whole movie by himself. He was in a different movie completely, and he killed it. His movie alone, Christian Bale scenes, awesome. The rest of the movie, not so much. Uh, and you know, most people that know, me, Jared, and Finney, we discussed Ragnarok when that came out a couple years ago, and I wasn't very high on it. I did not hate Ragnarok, but I just felt that it was missing. It lacked. It had a few flaws that stood out to me more so than anything else, and more so it was the epitome of what people say when they talk about MCU movies, that every emotional moment is followed up immediately with a joke. And to me, I felt like Ragnarok did that more than any other movie. I don't really mind it as much, but this movie really, there was no emotion. I didn't feel bad when Jane died because we didn't really have any attachment to her. Like, sorry, she didn't. None of the scenes really made us feel, sad when that happened. It was no real stakes. When Gore wished for his daughter back, it wasn't an emotional moment. It was confusing. It was like, why would you wish for your daughter back when you're dying? I'm gonna leave her with this strange god who I hate gods. Why would I do that? It just made no sense. Um, you know, as much as these guys say, I'm on Kevin Feige's payroll and stuff, I couldn't even give it a dope, man. I had to go, man. I want to see it again to maybe see if it changed my mind now that I have the eyes, the optics of what to expect, and give it another look. But as of now, man, forgettable. Sorry.
I was promised full frontal. Because of that, I had to give it a meh.
Who promised you that?
You wanted the full hammer, full frontal.
Nah, all you got was the tattoo in the back. Yeah, did anybody care when Jane died?
I mean, what do you have against cancer, Paul? Jesus Christ.
That's not the question.
That's a little bit sensitive.
But even with the cancer,
I'm offended.
they didn't.
That's offensive.
I think it would have had more emotional stakes if the cancer wasn't just my mom had it. Like that one scene, oh, her mom had it, so she got it too. If they said when she had the ether in her,
did you really want the origin of the cancer, bro? Seriously, you need that?
It would have made more emotion.
I agree with Paul. I actually when they do it, like I was like, oh, they spin it to like the Dark Ether thing, so it's kind of like Thor's fault. I was like, that hits a little harder. It's a little more impact.
But in real life, cancer just happens, guys. You don't always have to get it from.
Sure.
Maybe Jane was smoking.
But the way they introduced it didn't work. And to be honest, is like and it should have been the reason they broke up. If she found out when they were together and then she left because she didn't want to die in front of him or something like that, that would have added more weight to just, oh, we grew apart. Well, he's a fucking superhero. That's the reason I stopped watching the Flash TV show. When she took him to couples therapy because he had to go into the Speed Force to save the universe, and she's like, you left me. Jane did the same thing. Why you got too busy for me? Bitch, I'm saving the world. Like, what do you want me to do? So it's like you got mad because I was busy flying off to save the world? Really?
I want to know why they cut the scenes of Gore the God Butcher doing some God butchering. There was 2 scenes where
well, you answered your own question.
Yeah,
for the kids. They said it was a 4-hour cut. There was a 4-hour cut.
What?
Snyder, baby, give me the Snyder hammer cut. Let's go, time cut.
E-Tree was in it. E-Tree was in it. What's his name?
Not the collector.
Yeah, his brother or whatever.
Whatever.
He was in it, and that other lady got sued. She was in it. They all filmed scenes, all got cut. A bunch of and there was a few scenes in the movie where it jumped too fast, like the scene where I was telling Jared about that, like the scene when they was in the Shadow Realm and Gore had them all hemmed up, and then Stormbreaker came. Then they popped. They outside the planet. It was like, wait, that was real. That was a fast cut. Like it was a very choppy cut, and I feel like something more should have happened there or something. But they probably cut it to keep it around 2 hours because for the kids.
Wait, why would Grandmaster be in the movie?
He got butchered, but
they were gonna have him be one of the gods that Gore killed, which is fine because I don't want Grandmaster to die because he's hilarious. But fuck, dude, what the fuck? This movie, man. What happened?
It was like watching Benny Hill, but worse. Like, I love Benny Hill, but that shit was like,
it's
you just could have played the music.
And I think it may be because of the cut, maybe within that 4-hour cut, it might fill in some gaps. Maybe, I don't know.
It's crazy because that movie felt like it was forever long. I was like, yo, how long was this movie?
But you gave it a fucking bad movies can feel like forever even when they're short. Like but it's like after a while you're sitting there, you're like, is it over yet? Is it over yet?
It felt so long.
I did enjoy Russell Crowe. I did like that. I did like that. I agreeing with Otto. I do feel like if this is Hercules, he needs like steroids quick.
I love Roy Kent, but Roy Kent is not big, so it just CG looked fucking silly. It was just
like even Hercules is a fucking monster.
I didn't even know. I'm like, who's this Hercules guy?
His costume is dope, but that man needs some fucking muscle.
Bring back Kevin Sorbo.
I do agree. but I do agree with Otto. Like Phase 4 does fucking suck so far, and this is probably one of the biggest ones that could have spun it around, and it failed miserably. Um,
How is
I just
Doctor Strange better than this? It makes no sense. Obviously, that's because of Wanda, but still, fuck, dude. How did this happen?
And that's the thing.
You know,
Wanda was a better antagonist. They let Wanda do some butchering. Wanda got to do some
Listen,
butchering.
Wanda is queen. Like
That's what
let's
made
not fuck
Wanda
with
better.
her.
All right, relax, over there, witch. I said witch. I said witch, by the way. But the fact that they let Wanda do some butchering was that was the whole point of them going to the other universe, was to give her some people to kill. They needed to give Gore some people to kill. He didn't
I
kill
mean, not
anybody.
for
He didn't
nothing,
butcher
but I
anybody.
kind of was rooting, like, okay, like how many other more people are you gonna fucking kill? Because, like, just in general, like I love Christian Bale's character. Like I love the storyline, but I feel like they should have gone a little bit more in depth with him. Like just
Yeah, he wasn't a god butcher. He was an eternity chaser.
right,
He was an eternity finder.
right.
So he had one mission.
They should have gone a little bit more with him. And
why did we give Thor a daughter? Are we really just setting up the Young Avengers? Like, what are we doing? All
they
these
are
movies
setting
end
up
up
the
with
Young Avengers. They are. That's legit what they're trying to focus on, in my opinion. I think that's what they're really trying to focus on.
but
I guess.
they're
I mean,
doing
it's his daughter in real life. So it's a paycheck, I guess.
Yeah, they're
College is
doing a
paid
real
for.
bad job with it. But one of the things I was telling, I was talking to you guys the other day about Otto and fucking Paul. I was, as a Marvel fanboy, I was like, to me it kind of was like, yeah, this look at Otto smiling. I was like, yeah, this Christian Bale, that was your Batman, that was like your god. And in Marvel, he's kind of like, he played like a little small villain role of like a but he did do a great job though. I can't hate on Christian Bale. I love Christian Bale.
I don't see what your point is. Actors act. What are you saying right now? Maybe I'm mildly concussed because I hit myself really hard with this a couple times.
Really hard with the hammer, Otto. You went a little too hard with your forehead.
My point is, someone like Christian Bale should have been a bigger role with a mainstay in a Marvel movie. As far as his name goes, I know him as a person apparently he didn't care about Marvel movies.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't give a shit.
I don't believe that. I think that was all talk because he knows he was Batman. And he said, "No, I can't. I gotta be literal to this." I don't think that was true at all. Because Christian Bale studies his role. He knows his character.
I think they should have. I agree with John. I feel like they could have done more with.
But in the comic, Gore is fucking amazing, and the resolution to but the resolution is completely different. Like in the comic, it takes 3 different Thors from different timelines to get together to fucking beat this guy, which would have been so much cooler. It's not the movie's fault that I know this and that other people read the comics or whatever, but it's so disappointing how it ended up working out. I was like, well, he's gonna give the kids powers. Since when can you do that? Now you all have powers. Yeah, go beat him up. Yeah, like huh.
Which and it's like when did he get the ability to do that? Like, isn't that an Odin power? Like all of a sudden he has the Odin power already, but it's like I could pass this along to you. Take some of that. Here, hold that. Everybody get a piece.
I mean,
shooting out teddy bear laser beams.
I think it is definitely catered. It's catered to kids.
Honestly, that last fight scene was trash, man. I'm sorry.
So I mix it because honestly a lot of the jokes aren't catered to kids and stuff. But let's go with Korg again. To me he was the savior of Ragnarok. He was hilarious, and this movie too. Korg is phenomenal, and he found his forever buddy. So I like it.
Dwayne
the Rock. Dwayne the Rock.
Johnson?
I feel like the jokes that ran on too long. Like the goats, it was cool at first, and then it got annoying.
This is where we're different, my friend. I laughed every single time.
I
didn't laugh every time. At a point, I was like, all right, I'm tired of the goat. Like, it was good that I like that they got the fight. In the fight, they got to get busy, so I didn't mind them, getting involved, and they rammed one of the shadow monsters. But after a while, I was like, all right, this joke is running on too long. And the other joke that ran on was the Stormbreaker being jealous. I think that happened too much.
Listen, Stormbreaker being jealous. Listen, don't even get me started on that.
Stormbreaker is Latina. They get jealous.
100%. I agree. You know what? I agree. Because you know what? I was like, that's right. Claim your man, bitch. Because why he over here trying to talk to fucking this other hammer? And
you know what? That makes sense.
100%.
That makes more sense. Now I get why I was upset by it. That makes sense.
In the credits, it says Stormbreaker Sanchez. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
I thought the hammer shit was funny. I didn't think that went up, but the goat thing, even like it was funny every single time. I agree. I laughed with Otto every single time, but from the beginning, I was like, this is kind of stupid though. It's funny, but it's fucking stupid.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It was funny, but I think it was too many times. I think it was like too much. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like it was funny, but okay, we're still telling the same joke. It's like if somebody keep telling you the
I
same
get,
joke over and over again.
like I get what they were trying to do because even like the Van Damme kick and everything, it was funny. It was over the top, and it was supposed to be because Korg was telling the fable. So of course you gotta add extremes, but it was kind of like, wow, man, this is like,
Yeah.
Sidebar,
When he
I
hopped on
enjoyed, I
Stormbreaker like a
enjoyed the music
broom,
though.
I was
The
like,
music
fam.
that they
He
were
setting the
playing.
tone, baby. Setting
Now
the
he's
tone.
yeah, it definitely set the tone. It set the tone.
I'm not gonna lie. I caught myself singing along to the music. I love the music that they were playing, and I was like, I need
It
to
was the
shut up to
same.
the.
It was all the same album.
Yeah, it was all the same album.
It was
Like,
all
But
from the
it was good
same
though. It
album.
was great though. I loved it. I love the music, but no, I definitely agree.
I
Like
think Taika did a bad Guardians of the Galaxy version because he wanted with
no,
the
Guardians of
music,
the
the
Galaxy album is
jokes.
a whole different. It's a whole different.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm,
This felt like a bad rendition of
Okay, I
that.
can agree with
Just like
you.
the first what's the movie?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, the DC ones, the Suicide
Don't talk
Squad.
about
The
Suicide
first
Squad. What
Suicide
happened to
Squad.
that?
It was a
What they-
We're
bad
not talking
version of
about
the Guardians of the
DC, we're
Galaxy, and I
talking
felt
about
like
Marvel,
this
sir.
was a bad version of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, which actually
This
Ragnarok
has
was
the
kind of like
Guardians in
that
it,
too.
though.
Ragnarok
Stop
was like
it.
a
Stop it.
lesser version of
You've been
Guardians of the
pushing this
Galaxy.
narrative for 6 years. Stop it.
I'm
Stop
just
yourself.
saying. I feel like Taika's trying to do what Gunn does. James Gunn hasn't missed. James Gunn hasn't missed. Taika, he's missed.
You
He's
know,
missed.
the thing with Thor riding Stormbringer, you know, that like that calls back to Korg's thing, you know, back in Ragnarok when he was talking about, oh, like you ride around, you know, your hammer, like, you know, like
Yeah.
so like, you know, it's like a callback to that. So it's like, okay, he finally did it. Whoa.
I
But
didn't even
Right.
catch that.
but
That was
really,
good,
who
Jared. I didn't
cared?
catch that.
It's one thing for Korg to say it. It's another thing to see it. Once we saw it, it was like, nah. It's
Are
funny
you
when Korg says it.
uncomfortable seeing another man ride a stick? Paul, what's the problem here? What is
No,
the
I'm uncomfortable seeing Thor ride his axe as a witch's broom.
Why? What's the problem?
Yeah. It's
That's why,
2024.
because you enjoyed it. That's the problem. If
I
you
loved
liked it,
I
that's
was
the
here
problem.
for it.
It
I was here for
Of
it.
course, and that's the problem, because you enjoyed it. Oh, Thor's a witch now. Yeah, I like that. That's why. That's why I didn't like it, because you like to see, you want to see Thor as a witch. You want everybody to be
So-
witches.
His brother is the
So my
god of mischief,
question,
so
his brother was in it. My question is Phase 4 a complete mess? Is the MCU done for? Are we just too old for this shit?
That's gonna be a whole nother episode. I think we need to save
Okay.
that
Damn,
for another
actually,
time.
Sidebar.
I think we need to
That
sidebar
is
that
a
for
sidebar.
a whole nother thing.
That
'Cause that's a
is a
topic on its own.
with the sidebar, one of the things that Otto had brought up, and I agree with, us doing like a ranking or review of like the Marvel Universe. I think from there we could talk that Phase 4 shit. I think that'd be a good idea.
All right, so before we get to it, you guys need to have a list already, because doing it is gonna take forever. So
Let's
if
do
you,
it.
Yeah,
if you
fair.
make
This was number 28 or 29, something like that.
I think so. Something 28, I think.
That's a lot.
I screenshotted
That's
the
what I'm
post
saying.
that Otto sent to the group. So when Otto sent to the group chat, I screenshot that post and I started already ranking them. Like, this
Yeah.
is definitely my number one. This is my last.
So-
So,
Everybody rank them.
Is this just movies? Or are we ranking the shows as well?
We gotta
Like,
rank the entire cinematic universe, I guess, including
I'm
the shows.
just asking. I'm
It's
just
only
asking.
6 shows.
Yeah.
It's cute that Michelle thinks she's involved in this. It's nice.
Wow, you're an asshole.
Michelle, you are
Next time I
involved.
see you with this fucking.
Michelle's seen maybe 5 of the movies.
I have
But
not
see, the
seen
thing
five
is,
of the movies.
Michelle,
asshole. I've seen
you say
the
all of them are
movies.
awesome. So
I enjoy them.
I know that's what I'm saying. So it's gonna be hard for you to rank them. You
I
think
know.
they're all
I can
awesome.
rank them. Listen,
They're all number one, Paul. They're all number one.
Listen,
Her
bro,
rank is gonna be-
beat you with this hammer right now, right? Don't start
Michelle's
this
rank
shit.
is gonna be Iron Man.
You
Hulk,
know what? I have
Iron
a
Man
stormbreaker
2,
downstairs.
Captain
I'll
America.
fucking bring that Latina bitch and fucking.
She's gonna go in
handle
order
it.
of the release.
No, not even.
What's
So,
the next
yes.
big Marvel movie? What's the next? Well, She-Hulk, I guess, is next.
Yeah, She-Hulk. So we got Miss Marvel finale next week.
Did anybody else stop watching Miss Marvel? I did.
No, I'm still watching it.
I'm watching it.
You're a girl.
It
Jared, are
doesn't
you watching?
matter,
I'm not a girl.
sir.
Black Panther is in November.
Oh, and
Wakanda
She-Hulk.
Forever.
Yeah, that's the next movie
Okay.
Wait, the next movie is Black. Oh yeah, in the fall.
Yeah.
Okay.
in November. So we got a big gap. We got a big gap in between.
Is it a
you
big
guys
gap?
see-
We get like
Did you guys see The Boys?
Man,
You
you
missed
missed
that.
that shit.
You missed that. Sleep
Yeah, I
again.
heard it was
Bro,
awesome.
I worked last night. I gotta work today at 3 p.m. I knocked the fuck out. I'm sorry,
I
bro.
don't want to hear your excuses.
My bad.
We're gonna hear your excuses. We got schedules. All right. We got
Yeah,
things. Got time to meet.
Like,
Yeah,
bro,
but
you
you
should
could-
call me, bro.
All
But
right.
you know
So
what I think is cute? The boys had the boys reunion, and then
So
that's
did
what-
we? So it's 4 men's and an A. Is that what we're doing?
Nah, I went low dope. I went low
he
dope.
said dope.
I dope.
Okay.
I said
Michelle, you
dope.
said
Low
dope. Oh, you said awesome.
No, I said dope.
Oh, okay. So 2 dopes and 3 men.
Yeah.
Sounds like a high man.
John
Man,
said
oh,
I
man.
said
How
dope.
did
I
this
said I
happen,
had
bro?
dope.
This was like one of my most looked forward to movies of the year. I don't know what the fuck happened.
They
I
let
really don't know
Taika
what
write it.
Oh, hey, no Taika slander, right? He was busy fucking
I'm just
two
saying.
chicks. He was busy fucking 2 chicks at the same time. He was distracted. It's not his fault.
That's the problem. He wasn't focused.
He was fucking Valkyrie and that other chick, Rita Ora, at the same
Yeah,
time. It's
he
not his
wasn't
fault.
focused. I get it. That's why he had a 4-hour cut. He was just writing. He was just going. He was like, and then this happened, and then he wrote Stormbreaker like a witch's broom, and then there was 2 goats, and he was just going. He was just writing stuff, and then he was like, oh damn, we gotta cut this down to 2-hour movie.
Shout out to Matt Dillon reprising his role. I love that shit.
That was good.
dying laughing at that.
That was good.
It was alright. It was alright. I think it was too much gold blood. I think it was a lot. It was a lot of excess. I think it was a lot of excess.
The gold blood just the gold blood just represented all the guys' vanity because
That's what they want you to think.
First of all-
The gold
first of
blood
all,
represented
if you know-
keeping it PG-13.
First of all, if you know Norse mythology, everyone becomes sprinkles.
Right, but it was gold blood.
It is a
That was
sprinkle.
because the same way they did with Wanda, and it was robot oil instead of blood. They said, how can we sneak blood in here? Oh, make it gold. PG-13 rating. That's all that was.
Is this Christian Bale's first bad movie?
No, he was in a
No.
different movie.
No, he was amazing. You
He was
can't
in a
say
different movie.
no.
he was
Gore-
awesome.
Gore the God
No.
Butcher movie was awesome.
I feel like not for nothing, Cyber. I was kind of like rooting for him to fucking slaughter more fucking guys. Like you.
That
like,
says a lot about you. I wouldn't say that, but yes, Gore the God Butcher storyline, separate movie, awesome. Thor
I think
loving
it was great.
loving
I wouldn't say
Thunder.
this is. I wouldn't say that for him.
Unfortunately, he's in this movie, so we have to. But I mean, I wouldn't blame him for it. I think he was just happened to be in a bad situation that he was unaware of. He was like, well, y'all cracking jokes. I thought I'm in here,
Fucking
giving it my all, and y'all got jokes.
Well, shout out to Chris Hemsworth and his gigantic biceps. He was putting on that muscle because he was going to play Hulk Hogan. Now,
Hulk
apparently, the Hulk Hogan thing is on pause
Oh, really?
because Hogan's a racist. So I guess they're not going to do it.
Well,
Wait, what's going? What?
That's part of his charm.
I,
He's
I,
an
I,
American
mean,
hero.
I thought everybody knew that before they greenlit the movie.
Yeah,
Leave
no.
it to John to try and chime in.
Apparently, he was saying a certain word that ends in ER that's not brother. A little bit too much. Started with an N. And,
But they knew that
not
when they
making-
greenlit the movie. That's not new. I thought they were going to address that in the movie.
I feel like it was a fourth wall being broken when you had Liam
Thor
Hemsworth
say the N-word?
and Matt Damon, acting, because literally it was like their acting was the entire movie, like their whole acting and stuff was the entire movie. The CGI was terrible half of the time.
Wait.
And apparently, this is one of the
Not
most
worse than
expensive
Doctor
Marvel
Strange 2,
movies.
though. It's not worse than Doctor Strange 2 CGI. That fucking octopus demon, oh my god.
The funniest thing was when the goats, crash landed into the moon.
Planet. Yeah.
That was hilarious because it looked like it's like
The
a planet.
The scale, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna go. That was the funniest part of them screaming. Like that was the best part because it was like, oh.
You just like seeing goats get hurt. I see what's going on here. You're a sick fuck.
No. Shout out to
And
Peter.
Mike Phillip is gonna come for you guys.
Animal
Make
rights.
fun of the goats.
No animals are harmed in the making of this movie. It's all good. You had an article that said this was the gayest MCU movie ever.
Yes. It was kind of gay. I mean, Valkyrie was gay. Korg was gay.
Korg.
Thor's dad,
Can Korg be
Thor's
gay? He's a
parents
rock.
were gay.
Can
Thor was
Korg be
gay.
gay?
He was. He had a boo thing. He had a boo
Yeah.
thing.
But he's an alien rock.
There's no sex. He's a rock.
I think they're all guys. I don't think there are women rocks.
Wait, you trying to say there's no
Gender
gay
neutral.
rocks, John?
They're
What, you saying
gender
there's no gay
neutral.
rocks?
I don't
They're
think
gender
That's what his
neutral.
gender was. You guys are assuming a gender. They didn't say what gender Korg is.
That's
No, they
true.
didn't say he.
The show is ending. We'll see you guys at the next one. We'll figure out if
K-Rock.
Korg can be gay. Valkyrie is are there men Valkyries? So again, it might be the same situation. I don't know. We'll be back. We'll talk about another show.
Apparently, those cheeks were dope.
All right.
There
Later,
are
people.
no male Valkyries.
Later.
Bye.